Yes. So, in this finals matchup, we have the truck chase from Raiders of the Lost Ark, which has gotten here by beating out the roof jump from Die Hard, the hanging heist from Mission Impossible, and it's taken out its own brother, the tank chase from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and its last matchup was some good competition against the parkour chase from Casino Royale. Raiders has had a decent go of it.
Mm-hmm.
Some name brands have been beaten by Raiders.
Yeah.
Whereas Saving Private Ryan and the Omaha Beach sequence has taken out the mall fight from Jackie Chan's Police Story, the test run sequence from Top Gun Maverick. It has taken out the helicopter chase from Mission Impossible 6 Fallout. It has taken out the biker jump sequence from Mad Max Fury Road, which, for context, I argue is a perfect film. So, you should know how much I fucking love that movie. Raiders, Saving Private Ryan. How'd you go?
I did 7-3 Raiders.
I also went 7-3 Raiders.
Okay.
As much as we're different, we're the same, and it's eerie. Because every time I think we might disagree, we don't. And then every time I'm like, oh, we're going to disagree, we do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Whew.
this is one where it is hard to really compare them because they are so different.
The fact that this is the same director is wild.
Yeah. And it's like
17 years away from each other. It's incredible.
Yeah. And it's such a clear difference in eras of filmmaking for him because this is definitely like post Schindler's List, post Oscar win, you know?
Yeah.
And then he'll win his second Oscar for Saving Private Ryan. But it's like, yeah, he's making serious films now. And it's pure fun versus horrors of war. Not fun to watch at all.
But the thing is, you have fun the first time you watch it because you just go, I've never seen anything like this. This is incredible. Well, but it's not a scene that you're like, gotta go watch Omaha Beach.
No, you don't say it's fun, but it's incredible.
Yeah,
like
you enjoy watching it, but you're not like, this is fun to watch. You go, this is really enjoyable to be able to experience this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right. It's watching an artist from their youth with no restrictions up against an artist that knows his limitations and knows how to push them to the utmost limit.
Actually, you know what I would say is I would say Raiders is awesome in the way we use awesome now, whereas Saving Private Ryan is awesome in the way that it's supposed to be used, like the literal sense of awesome. Like you are in awe of that scene. It's a sense of awe that you're watching this on screen.
Yeah.
But Raiders, that's just an awesome fucking scene. Like, it's just undeniably
It feels like in this matchup, Vibes won. That's what it really feels like. Vibes won this one. But the preferences, the things that make this different for me, it goes down to character work again. Every time we've gotten into a big battle, it's been the character. It's not that Tom Hanks doesn't have a character. It's not that all these guys don't have character moments in that storming sequence. They
have a lot of great moments.
You feel horrified for them. You feel but you're feeling for them. With Indy, not only are you feeling for him and you're rooting for him, but you understand him at his core level, where you understand the soldiers on Omaha Beach from a pure human level of, that sucking sucks. I don't want them to be there. With Indy, not only do you get it, you're like, well, that would suck to be up against a bunch of Nazis and have to take the sacred item from them, but you're also like, come on. I know you can do it.
you're also viewing them in a very different way.
Yes.
Where because Indy is a character to you,
Yes.
whereas you're viewing everyone on Omaha Beach as humans. Like
Yeah.
you're empathizing with them.
Yeah.
You're not really empathizing with Indy. You're just like
You are, but
he's a
not the same extent. It's not the
yeah.
same thing.
So yeah, I mean, Raiders is undeniably. I, I think no one could argue that even if you don't say it's the best action adventure movie,
Which is a
it's
lie,
got to
but
be.
continue.
I know, no, I would say it is the best, but like it has to be in the top 3 for like everyone.
It's a movie in which I've been thinking about this a lot.
I've never met someone who doesn't like Indiana Jones.
I have.
Oh, really?
I don't
Wow.
I don't I don't believe
Are you
them.
friends with them still?
No. I don't respect
You
that.
see? Yeah, exactly.
You know my love for Raiders of the Lost Ark. Come on. This should break it down to you really quickly for anyone who doesn't understand what I'm saying. I love really in-depth, ridiculous questions, especially as icebreakers, because they force you to get an opinion out of people. I don't like small talk, because you don't get what people actually feel. I love intense conversation. I thrive off of it. One of my intense icebreakers is, if you could recommend someone watch one movie in their entire lifetime, what would it be? My answer is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's a good choice.
If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about what this is, I don't know what to tell you when it comes to that style of question. Because for instance, Dylan and I were talking before we started rolling on today's recording session. I have a stack of a bunch of classic movies mostly classics from the library. I just haven't watched the classics yet. I picked out the few ones that were either friendly for my wife to watch with me, or just they hit the vibes for what I was trying to do, or the time frame that I had. And I'm looking at, I have Citizen Kane in that stack. And Citizen Kane, everyone from an old school argument perspective always says, greatest movie of all time, greatest. I don't believe that. And it's not, I haven't watched it, so I'm not saying, but I don't believe, very rarely do I believe that just because it was great and old means it's automatically the best. It's the same reason why I hate anyone who says the original is always better. And it's ironic I'm making that as I'm talking about an original in a trilogy. But I hate those arguments. Just because something came first does not mean it's the best. Or just because it was old and great as an old movie means it holds up as a great movie today. But Raiders is one of those few exceptions where if you were to make a list of greatest action movies, greatest action adventure movies, greatest adventure movies, whatever, greatest movie characters, all of those lists are invalidated if they do not include Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Well,
You can say favorite without it, but you can't say
can't,
best or greatest. You just can't.
I can't imagine a modern audience watching this scene and not having a good time.
Yeah.
Because everything nowadays, I shouldn't say everything, but a lot of stuff nowadays just doesn't look real anymore. Because it's not real anymore.
No, and this was all real.
And everything feels so tactile in this scene. Because people are actually doing it. And the locations are real. Like, when I watched Dial of Destiny, I was like, nothing feels real in this fucking movie. My God, it sucks because
there's some really cool moments on paper in Dial of Destiny that I still find are cool, but they don't have the same tangibility that the old ones had. They just go, like, think of the take chase sequence from Last Crusade that was in a Sweet 16 tournament here, right? Think of him hanging off the tank, made in 1988 for a 1989 release, versus made in 2025 for a 2026 release. Or even take it back to Dial of Destiny for a 2022 release. They wouldn't have the same tangibility and feel because now it's more cost effective and easier to do it with computer generated graphics and all these things, and the tangibility isn't there. Raiders has all of that. That's the one thing that is a great counter argument. Saving Private Ryan has such a horrific tangibility to it that a lot of the scenes would have lost simply because they don't have that. Raiders has it in spades, where you
Mhm.
can still go, no, I can reach out, I can touch this, I can feel this, I can understand it, I can understand why everything is shaped the way it is, why we're doing what we're doing, why we have to do what we're doing. Both scenes have that. It's because they have the master of it doing it.
Here's one question: have you seen Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah, I watched a couple.
Okay.
I watched a couple months ago.
Okay. Is this an intentional black comedy moment? The part where the guy gets hit in the helmet and then he takes his helmet off to look at the dent in his helmet and then he gets shot in the head.
Thousand
Is that
percent.
a oh, okay? I was like, should I point that out as dark comedy or is it not
I
meant to be dark
I
comedy?
think that might be some old reflexes, like a little, this kind of like jot to the knee, like the doctor gives you,
Yeah.
in which there has to be 2 seconds for the audience to breathe.
Oh, and then I mean, this is also kind of horrific, but honestly, I find it a little bit funny in a dark comedy way. The part where the guy is holding his arm,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
where his arm has been blown off and he's just holding it, like
Yeah.
kind of funny.
I do also love from a dark comedy sense, because I could easily see this being balanced poorly in a horror movie, but loving it, or in a horror comedy, is where the guy is with like the field phone next to Tom Hanks, and he's like, "Come on,
Oh
phone,
yeah,
phone,"
yeah,
and then it turns over and his face is
mhm,
gone.
yeah,
There is a 1% horror comedy fan in me that's like,
yeah,
not in first watch. I did not have that first watch, but I certainly had that
yeah,
in thought process where I was like, it's oh God. They're both amazing, and the fact that you have a career as good as Steven Spielberg, and we still have to talk about him in the next matchup.
yeah. Let's just